fans get loud, like I'll go ahead and it affects me in a way, but like I've never like stopped and like, are they singing? Like, it was so loud in there. It was insane. The weigh-ins was sold out. It was insanely loud, and then the fight's going, and they're all hitting their little soccer chants, and it was just the coolest experience. Even though I lost the fight, it was something I just can't explain how awesome it was. And yeah, I've never had a crowd like chanting and everything that you could like stop. Like literally took a step back from the fight and was like, are they like, what is going? Man, it was surreal. I'm Zak Cummings. I have a pro record of 23-7, and I'm a UFC middleweight fighting out of Kansas City, Glory MMA and Fitness. I'm at a pretty, I guess I wouldn't say basic upbringing. My mom worked full time to support the family. My dad was disabled from Vietnam, and then so he was kind of home with me the whole time. Put me in sports at an early age, so I mean, my whole life is just built around competition, and just kind of led from there. I started wrestling around 6th grade. That's where I really kind of became the individualized martial arts sport. I did a little basic martial arts when I was really young, but I don't really count that. So around 6th grade, I started with wrestling, and then started sprinkling in some kickboxing, jiu-jitsu once I got a little bit older. Wrestling in college, I had one of my roommates was a big jiu-jitsu player, and I remember kind of watching some UFC, and the very first Ultimate Fighter was on, and we just kind of sat hanging out and just kind of was blown away by that. And then also all our road trips, my coaches always put the UFC events on the TVs and the charter buses. So just while I was going for wrestling tournaments, you know, every weekend basically had the UFC fights on. So it just kind of started becoming a thing, and never thought I would be doing it, but it was one of those that I was aware of it and watching it and became a fan at that point. 2007, this seems a lot different. You know, we had no idea how to train. You know, we just put our head down, sparred every day, got after it. You know, fight when we could. There wasn't even pro fighting in Missouri at the time. You know, our amateurs are basically were pro fights, but it just wasn't sanctioned. So I mean, it was just old school training out of garages, just getting after it, and yeah, it was a huge difference from today, and it's a legitimate sport competition. That's one of the top in the world right now. So it's been pretty fun to be around for the ride. When I started the sport, I was in Springfield, Missouri, and there wasn't a lot of shows being promoted there. So I pretty much had to travel a lot and kind of go face the hometown guy, the good hometown guy that was selling tickets and everything. So yeah, my beginning of my career was it wasn't padded at all. It was very tough. I had a lot of tough guys. I was the underdog for a lot of my fights, but you know, it just kind of, I guess I found out early that I could rise to the occasion and be the bad guy, I guess, to come in someone else's hometown and take out the hometown boy. Eventually I got to have some of my hometown fights, but for the most part, for a long time, it was going into someone else's territory, fighting a good opponent, and finding a way to win. The thing about competing in MMA, period, is the highest highs and lowest lows. I've said that for a long time. That was kind of the thing that drew me to this. I love competition. I've wrestled, I played football. I've played a lot of sports in my life, but whenever there's something about stepping in and competing against one other person in, you know, the oldest form of competition there is in a fight, and you know, whenever you go out there and become the victor, everything releases, and like you have it's just the highest high you could possibly think of. You know, all the work was meant for something, and it just feels great. It's just something that you can't even put words on it, of the feeling that truly is. And the opposite of that is whenever, you know, you put this work in and, you know, you're so confident you're going to go in there and take care of this other person, and you fall short or you get finished or whatever the case may be, it hurts. It hurts bad. You know, it's you put so much into something and you want it so bad, and whenever it gets ripped away from you, or you know, if it's by the judges that thinks that someone else won, or I mean, you know, you get finished, whatever it is, and the other person proved that they're the better person. Yeah, it hurts. It's also, I can't put words in how low the low is, but you know, you have to take it, learn from it, and that way then affect you too much, and that way you can move forward for the next competition. Mark Montoya is the general. He's a leader. He's one of the best leaders I've met in my life. You know, me and James are here in Kansas City, running our gyms. Kind of, you know, we're the head coaches, and it's hard to have someone that you look up to that you don't want to disappoint. James had that experience with Mark first, and you know, he just did nothing but brag on how great of a leader and how good this guy was as a coach, and you know, that he recommended I should go out there with him and try him out and see what he thought. Man, he was right. I immediately clicked with Mark. Man, he leads from the front lines, and he'll do everything right along with you. He's willing to learn so he can be better, and it's just everything that you want to see in a leader is what Mark is. So I'll go to battle. I'll go to war with Mark. He says something, I'll absolutely do it because I trust him that much. And it's I've seen him change it. I've seen him change Krause's life, Krause's career, and you know, he's done a lot for myself as well. So you know, he's that person you just don't want to disappoint, and that's exactly what Mark is for us. Yeah, so I have a fight coming up at the end of August against Alessio, and it was. I've been set to fight for a long time. I was supposed to fight in January. You know, I'm one of those that if I come off of a loss, I immediately want to get it back and prove I'm better than that. And you know, this was the case. So I immediately wanted to get in. I was supposed to fight in January, and my opponent wouldn't take the fight, so they had to delay some stuff. So then I was set to fight Andrew Sanchez in April. You know, the quarantine happened, kind of screwed everything up and messed up the plan. So I've been in fight camp for a long time. You know, yes, I took a few weeks off with the whole quarantine thing, but you know, I was continuing to train, work out, and you know, now I got this opportunity to step in and fight in August, and you know, I just can't wait to show the growth and make the most of it. You know, I've already I cornered Julian Marquez against Alessio, so I've already kind of been front and center and seen everything he's got and what he can do. I'm sure he's growing as a professional, as a competitor, but you know, I've already kind of been right there and watched him and coached against him. So I feel really good about the matchup, and I'm excited just to go and put on a show. I'm 35, going on 36 here in a couple of months, and I'll actually be 36 by my next fight. You know, I've done a lot in this sport. I know I have more. I know I am capable of competing with these best guys in the world. Can I make it to be a world champion? I have the skill set to do it. Do I have the time? Do I have the ability? I mean, we'll see. I know that I can become a ranked guy in this sport. I know I can chain some wins together and kind of go from there. And you know, as long as my body holds up, which it's got some miles on with all the football and wrestling, but you know, I'm not done yet. I know that. I know I'm towards the end of the career, but I'm definitely not satisfied with everything I've done. I've got some more things. I know I can break into the rankings and give myself a legitimate chance and a shot at a run in this new middleweight division. So it was kind of a fresh start for me. I don't have to cut as much weight and kind of extended my career a little bit. So we'll see how things go.